start the stream. As a matter of fact, thank you for asking. Heidi ho, guys and gals. Jeff King here, and the Duncan. He's back in Montana. Just so glad to be away from all that heat down in Vegas. Back here to enjoy the cool crispness of fall.
Yeah, the cool Christmas.
Wind chill, it's negative, I think, 5 or something right now. So, sun's gone down. The wind's still going. I think last I checked, it was 5 degrees with -5 with wind chill. So, It's a bit nippy. Let's see who all is in the house. What all's going on? We got Michael's in the house. To quote the old Pink Floyd song, is there anybody out there? I'm more of a crazy diamond kind of person. Neil F is in the house. Di says, of course we are. Let's move it up here. There we go. Michael says, that's all well good. Had a major scare today. My beagle got away from me and had to chase him for almost 2 miles, or her for almost 2 miles. A kind neighbor was able to collect the dog for me and drove us back to the house. That was nice. That would be a bad day. Neil says, my U.S. General box didn't clean up as good as I thought it would, but still got asking price of $1,100 for $100 for delivery. Loving my Matco box once I get set up. Post pics. You know what the good news is that it's always like hearing what the price point is on a lot of these boxes and seeing that. I mean, a used U.S. General selling for $1,100. That's still pretty good money.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Let's see here. Podcast says 7 p.m. Is that Mountain Time? No, that's Pacific. It's 6 p.m. Mountain. Let's see here.
No, you got that wrong. We're
I
ahead
did?
of Pacific.
What did I say? I
You
said,
said 7 is Pacific.
You're right. I don't know. I'll have to check it. Did it say that on the thumbnail, or did it say that on the countdown when it's supposed to start? Seems you're live and direct on Network 23. Coming at you from Mom's basement. Let's see here. Construction Credit says, happy holidays for the Den Tools in the chat. Brad says, looks like Ryobi discontinued the 9.0. I don't know if they discontinued it or so much they didn't like what it was doing or something. They had issues. I think they're going to bring it back out. I would like to think that because I like to think positive. Like I'm positive it was way too expensive. All right. Let's see here. Tug says, hi, Tool Bear. Echo's in the house. Oh, I miss Echo. He says, hello, all. Construction Cronies channels. Let's see here. I might not know on that one. Let me see your copy link. How do I copy the link? Copy link address. We'll go over here.
Nope, that's voicegoogle.com.
That's not it.
If you just click the
All
link,
right.
you should open it.
We'll figure it out in a little bit. Just ate 10 blueberry Pop-Tarts. Haven't had them in 40 years.
Wow.
They're still delicious. That reminds me of tarts. I have been, man, you know you're old when you start binge watching the Great British Baking Show.
Yeah, honestly.
I've been traumatizing the children and everyone.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's bad. Let's see here. Brett says, I'm sure they will eventually, but it pisses me off when companies get rid of stuff with no replacements. Especially if it's stuff you actually use. Sugar coma in 3, 2, 1. He hits the floor. Yep. Mike Adams says, howdy y'all. I'm hearing threats from the weather people that we're going to be getting single digits of possibly a blizzard in East Tennessee.
Jeez.
Well, we dodged the big blizzard that the press and stuff were all talking about. The one that rolled in off of the, I think it was Southern California. It rolled in from Southern California, came up.
River.
Yeah, the atmospheric river hit the Sierra Nevadas pretty hard, I believe.
Didn't it go up into Canada and then came back down?
I don't think so. That was the one prior to that that came down from Canada.
Okay.
I think it hit Wyoming pretty hard, and then the Dakotas. It clipped the east end of Montana. We got 2, maybe 3 inches of snow. Bozeman got more than we did.
Mm-hmm.
Down here, we're down at the bottom of the pass. We have a lot of wind, and because it stays so cold around here, the snow is really light. It's not fluffy. It's like little crystal ice daggers.
Pretty much.
And we get winds that are just unreasonably. Livingston is known to be one of the windiest cities in the U.S. So basically, it all blows out of here. So we only have a couple inches of snow on the ground. Where up in Bozeman, they've got a foot or so. But yeah, we went out today, and Duncan was like, "Oh, it's so cold."
Yeah.
We went out. You guys went out with you and Griff went
For
sledding
about
and stuff.
15 minutes.
Yeah, you're out there longer than that. I'll give you more credit than that. Let's see here. I did ask them if they wanted to go to the shop today and do some work. They're both like, no.
Yeah.
Too cold in the shop. Oh. Let's see here. William, yes, he saw Wabbit. Jeremy says, love what you do. Your opinion, Icon versus Tecton quality and warranty, and go. As far as quality, I would say they are neck and neck. There's some things that Icon does better than Tecton. There's some things that Tecton does better than Icon. I really like the Tecton sockets. The new Tecton Comfort Grip ratchets are really nice. The Icon ratchets, though, are really nice. And it's really just kind of a feel. Which one do you like better? And as far as warranty, they're different warranties for different people. If you don't have a Harbor Freight near you, get Tecton, because you have a problem. You take a picture of it, you upload it to you send it to their server or whatever, and 2 or 3 days you get a replacement. It's great. If you do have a Harbor Freight down the street, you can't beat popping in, slapping it down, and then going grab a replacement, and you're out the door in under 5 minutes. It's just, if you need, especially if you're working on a tool, you're doing something that day, like say you're doing brake calipers or something, and you break something, you're like, I need that tool now. My car's taken apart. I want to fix it right now. I don't want it to sit for 3 days. Well, it's hard to beat that. I mean, for me, it's kind of a back and forth because I'm half an hour from Harbor Freight, and on top of that, I'm not just half an hour. There's a mountain pass, so in the summer going to Bozeman, not a big deal. Right now, I try not to go to Bozeman if I don't have to. I've gotten stuck trying to get back from Bozeman. I've had times where I'm headed to Bozeman just as they close the highway. So it's having Tecton stuff in that kind of situation is a little bit better. Let's see here. Bully says, any thoughts on the Williams tool brand? From what I can tell, they seem relabeled Snap-on. They're not relabeled Snap-on. They're downgraded. They're a significant step down from Snap-on as far as build quality and everything else. There are some tools that there is overlap, but not on the main, the core tools kind of stuff, the sockets, the wrenches, and that kind of stuff. Williams is their less expensive industrial brand. And a lot of it, some of it's made in the U.S., some of it's not made in the U.S. Honestly, I'm not a fan of it. I've done some testing on the wrenches and stuff. I did not think the build quality was any better than, a lot of the retail stuff that you can buy. So I don't see any reason to go with Williams and pay that kind of, next, like almost Snap-on kind of pricing. Texas, I need a small, about 6-gallon air compressor. I have $200 to spend. What do you recommend? Well, it depends on what you're going to do with it. If you're going to be doing, if you're running an air nailer or something like that, I really like the Metabo HPT. The Rigid's not bad. There's a Craftsman out that's not bad. The Craftsman is basically the old Porter Cable rebranded, so it's not a bad air compressor. If you're looking for like a hot dog style or something like that, I would probably get like the McGraw from Harbor Freight for that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think what else you can get under. You want 6 gallons under 200. You're not going to get one of the super quiets for that price at that size. Into the negative 30s this week. A little bit of snow, not as much as in northern Alberta.
Jeez.
A little chilly up there.
Negative 30s.
Where did we go? We weren't.
We hooked down through Alberta into BC and then back down.
We went up to Lethbridge this summer. We were talking about maybe doing a quick trip up there this winter, but I had a negative 30. I think maybe we'll pass.
Yeah.
Although he's supposed to go skiing on Thursday with the rest of the kids. And what was the high up on the mountain?
-4.
-4 is the high. The high. Wind chill, everything else is supposed to get down to about negative. I think it was high 20s or low 20s. 27. Yeah, there you go. The futon says I got both buys. The Harbor Freight Quantum QFL 588 flashlight on sale for $9. Liked it so much I may use it for EDC. Know anything on the reliability? No. I like the quantum stuff. I don't know if I would EDC some of it because I have seen some reliability kind of stuff with some of them. Some of them are not. It's kind of weird. The quantum line is kind of all over the place. There's some stuff from quantum that's excellent. There's some stuff with the quantum name on it that is just utter trash. I can't believe they put the name on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. Well, if you do, let me know. I'd like to get the feedback. Did Clarice do something different with her hair? She did. She is at the church picking up Griffin, and there's something else. I think they're doing some sort of pre-Christmas discussion for planning for it. So I don't know what they're doing. She will be back later. Duncan's sitting here going, I can't wait for her to get back so I can get out of this chair and go do something else. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
He flew in on Friday night, right?
Yeah.
And
Stayed in Bozeman.
How was it walking out those doors to that cold?
It was bad.
It kind of reminds me of that scene from Cool Runnings where the Jamaicans go up to Canada. They walk out. He walks out and they all just stop right at the door.
Yep.
Michael says, actually have a question. Been working with PVC pipe on a complex antenna project, holding a sample of 1 1/4 pipe that measures. What's the story?
What?
What's the question?
I actually have a question. Been working with PVC pipe on a complex antenna project, holding a sample of 1 1/4 pipe.
Oh, why? Because it measures differently? Because it's PVC pipe?
Is it 125 on the inside and 167 on the outside? Cause
yeah, PVC
thickness?
pipe's measured from the inside, isn't it?
I think so.
Tug says, I need a small... Oh, we just read that one. Da-da-da-da. And how about the Stanley hydraulic chainsaw for underwater? I wish I had a reason to cut something underwater.
Hydraulic chainsaw?
I don't... You could probably get an electric one and seal it up and run it underwater. A little bit of silicone goes a long way. But I don't have any need. It reminds me... You know what that reminds me of? There was a reality show where these guys were down... somewhere down south. I don't know if it was Florida or something. And they were recovering sunken hardwoods. Like, you couldn't harvest hardwood down there anymore, but if it was already cut and it sunk, you could pull it up. And these guys had these barges, and they would find these huge logs underwater. They're worth thousands of dollars they'd pull up.
But they're drenched, aren't they?
I don't know. That's what I would think, but apparently not.
That's weird.
Yep. They're like $80 on Marketplace if you don't care about paint all over it.
What?
He's talking. Yeah, no, he's talking to Tug about. I think he's talking about the air compressors. Just watch. If you buy a used air compressor, just really check out the tank really well, because if they're damaged, cracked, rusted on the inside, which is really hard to tell, then you might have actually a DIY bomb waiting to go off.
Yep, pretty much.
Robert says, spend extra on a quiet style air compressor. Your hearing thanks you. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine the hearing damage I have from running an air compressor in the shop for all the years.
They're
so.
Newman.
Oh yeah, the thing was so loud.
Yeah.
And compared to the stuff I have now, it's just ridiculous. Jeremy says, I love Harbor Freight's local. I have Harbor Freight's local, and I bought on Tecton over the years. Finally got my first Icon stuff yesterday, a pick set. Tried to bend or break the tips and was pleasantly surprised. I get the pick set from Icon. I'm pretty happy with that one. Brett says, coldest I remember here in...
I was trying to figure out where NS is.
NS, North Saskatchewan, is -23.
Could be Saskatchewan.
NT's northwest, or there's Northwest Territories. I don't know what NWS is.
No.
Or NS is.
Is there a state that starts with S?
North South Dakota. No. It's supposed to get down to 18 in Houston.
Jeez.
People are going to lose their minds. Whoa. That is brisk.
After breaking
For Houston.
After breaking a snowblower in half, completely removing the second stage, someone had to do it again because they put the first stage augers back a day.
Oh.
That sucks.
I've been there. You get something mostly together and you're like, something's not right here.
Yeah.
The Neil says hard to beat Streamlight for reliability. I got a hammer. I could beat it easily. Come on, it's old dad joke. In my defense, the manual was wrong. That happens, or it's so poorly worded you can't tell one way or the other.
Yep.
The Japa says, love what you do. Hope you're having a good holiday season. I am now that the boy's home. We were supposed to go coyote sniping today, but that fell through. Maybe we'll get to do that later this week. There's some friends who've got some land, and the coyotes have been, because of the cold, the coyotes have been coming down too close and attacking some of the animals thereabouts. So we might be doing some pest eradication.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun. Let's see here. What else? What else we go? Well, we're working on that one e-bike. We sat around inside, stayed warm.
Yeah. Went on a drive.
Another drive. Seems like we did something else. Did we do something else? Oh, we were supposed to go do that holiday train, but our other friends screwed up their tickets, so we gave them our tickets because they'd been really wanting to do this for a long time. Neil says, I just want one of the concrete chainsaws. That sounds like trouble waiting to happen. I've seen the concrete buzz saws, but not the chainsaws.
Could you use a concrete chainsaw on wood?
I would think that would be probably a waste of chainsaw. Construction Curry says, man, I can all kinds of underwater hydraulic tools. I got 11 grand for an impact wrench, and 36-inch chainsaw is only $4,000.
Jeez.
Well, it sounds like a bargain at any price.
Honestly.
Let me see here. David says, looking for a 12-inch sliding miter saw. Any recommendations? Well, it depends on what you're going to use it for. If budget is your biggest issue, I would look at the Admiral 12-inch sliding miter saw at Harbor Freight. If you're looking for something that has really good quality but not quite the price of the DeWalt, I would get the Hercules from Harbor Freight. If you're looking for something that's got a zero rear clearance, the Rigid, if you can find it, is on sale at a decent price. And if you really want like the top of the line, it's a toss up between the Bosch and the Makita. I hear people going both ways. I like the Bosch myself, but Zap says, did you hunt for deer or elk, or like to call them big rats of the forest? No. So we were down in Vegas and missed all of deer season.
Pretty much, yeah.
And we're waiting. Fish and Game up here is lagging. They're usually got the reports back. So what they do is they get the reports at the end of hunting season, and they compile that, and they go, okay, here's how many more we need to reach the numbers we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
The numbers, I don't even know if they're going to do it this year because we had an early snow, and it was like really cold and really snowy really early. It pushed all the game animals to lower elevations. And with the snow, it made them easier to track. So they had record numbers bagged. There should be some shoulder season elk left. The question is, can we, with our tags, are we going to be valid in the areas where that's going to be available? And we're probably not going to find that out until later this week.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to it. Although I did get some elk steaks. I got 5 elk steaks in the freezer. Actually, they're in the fridge right now, thawing out. So we're going to be cooking up some elk here this week. Nova Scotia. Oh, there we go. Nova Scotia. I should have known that one.
Come on.
The NS. I know. I let everyone down. I feel like I let everyone down on that I'm supposed to be the guy who's good at geography. Matthew says, we got nearly a foot of snow in Grand Haven. Oh, my gosh. Grand Haven's such a beautiful town. I bet it's gorgeous up there with all the snow. Construction Crony says, walk behind concrete saw and the gas saw.
Ooh.
Saf, how did you lose your legs? Oh, have you heard about a concrete chainsaw?
Jeez.
What's a good miter saw for cutting paper? Probably scissors.
Yeah.
Actually, no, there's a craft store. What's the name of the craft store? They have that one mat where the thing folds down and locks in place. And no, not that kind. It just has like a razor blade and you just draw it back and forth. A cricket. Cricket's great for that. Bread or battery powered one, 2 wheels. Huh? Oh, he's responding to Brett. Would you recommend the 3-gallon Ryobi? Who's that?
Griffin.
Why are you looking so yellow?
Huh?
He's Ski Patrol. That's what I'm
Ski
saying.
Patrol,
Yeah.
honestly.
You do look like Ski Patrol.
Look at his pants and everything.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
he had black ones on earlier.
Come here.
Yeah.
How was Awanos?
It was good.
Has anyone told you need a haircut?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do, honestly.
You're looking a little shaggy there.
Yeah, you are.
Aren't you supposed to get a haircut this week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go bald.
What day you're getting your haircut on?
I don't know.
Not Thursday.
That's what I was going to say. I hope it's not Thursday because we're supposed to go skiing.
Yeah. Oh, well. looks
They're
like
supposed to
we
go,
can't
They're going to go skiing.
Snowboarding.
I'm going to go drinking
Hot chocolate.
bourbon and hot chocolate.
Griffin's actually going to try out for Ski Patrol once he finds out that they have dogs.
That's true.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Would you recommend the 3-gallon Ryobi vac for $98? I don't know. I haven't. All those small vacs are just kind of anemic, from what I've seen.
Use your vacuum.
I've got the heart version of it, and it's just like, meh. Yeah, I have a hard time recommending any of those.
I'll be right back.
Let's see here. Where'd you go?
Yay, Griffin.
You left an empty seat.
I know.
There he is. C. Adam says, Merry Christmas to you and your family as well as Red and Blues. Thank you so much. We'll pass it along to Red and Blue there. Construction Security says, DeWalt 12 inches is a good solid. The Bosch and the Makita for sure the best. The Milwaukee and Ridges are heavy, big, and rough. Rich says, what have you heard about Tecton ratchet wrenches? All the wrenches have been out of stock since August. Any word on time frame when they're going to be back in stock? I've not heard that, which is a shame because they've got some pretty decent wrenches. I will reach out to them and see if I can find out something. Keep an eye on the community section. If I get an update from them, I will let you know. Mater says, I finally got the power to run my new table saw, but need a different blade. It's a 10-inch. So would you go with Hercules or Bauer? For the blade? For the blade, I'd either go Hercules, Irwin, or Diablo. Whichever one's on sale, I found them all to be within spitting distance of each other. Aaron says, what's the best all-around DIYer line 18-volt for mostly woodworking and light construction, entry-level and prosumer level? What's the best all-around DIY line? Well, I often say that your choices, the two top choices, I think, are between Bauer and Ryobi. I like Ryobi. Ryobi's got a huge line of tools. Okay, everyone always says, well, you got to go Ryobi because they have such a huge selection of tools. And they do have a big selection. But, hello.
Hello.
Hi. I think you're getting tagged out.
Nope.
Haha.
I'm
Do you want to do it instead? Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's Mom's turn.
No.
Yeah, come on.
Ah.
I told you to keep my spot, Griffin. Look what you've done.
Here,
Ooh, ouch.
Duncan.
Yeah, got it.
Sorry about that.
Oh my gosh.
How you doing?
I am good.
Okay. So I was going to say, my issue with Ryobi isn't that they don't make good tools. I think they make some excellent tools, especially the HP line. They don't get enough credit, really. A lot of people look down on Ryobi. They don't like the color. They don't like it. I personally have an issue with the battery. I hate having that battery in the design. even when the battery's not in the tool, it's clumsy. If you have a bunch of batteries together, they don't stack well and stuff. Just a second, I'm gonna kill both of my two sons.
Hypothetically.
He kicked me in the balls.
Please stop. Hi.
Yes. If you would like to adopt a child, please. The
hi.
lowest
Apparently.
super chat tonight went.
My phone.
Rude much? Rude.
Hi.
Rude. Raised
This is
with
my
wolves?
first time doing a live, so you'll have to excuse me.
If you didn't notice, we keep it kind of casual around here.
Yep.
That's the way we are. We're all family, right? Your family.
Yep.
We're all part of the Tool family. So anyway, back to the. I'm still trying to answer the Rabbit question. Great tools. Good prices, especially when they're on sale. Rabbit days, it's easy to go crazy. I've got some Rabbit tools. The battery design irks me, and the warranty can be all right. It's a 3-year warranty, and they're decent. They're better than Rigid about standing behind the warranty, but they're not like up to the level of Milwaukee being like, sure, doesn't matter, we're going to cover it. But anyway, but people saying like they have all these tons of tools. Well, a lot of them are repeats. Like they have 9 different versions of a string trimmer. They've got, I think, 7 different versions of a leaf blower. Okay, so a lot of them are a bit much. And like honestly, who needs a? Do you really need a garage door opener that takes a tool battery? I mean, I like the idea of having a battery in it as a battery backup, but I don't need to dedicate one of my tool batteries to that. That seems ridiculous. So that's why I also recommend the Bauer brand. They have a good selection of tools. And you can go to, if you find yourself at Harbor Freight, and that's what we usually say is, find yourself at Home Depot a lot, get the Rabbi. If you find yourself at Harbor Freight a lot, get the get the Bauer. If you find yourself at Lowe's, I would consider the Skill line. The 12 volt is great for light duty. The 20 volt brushless is a decent line. It's not as wide a line as a lot of the other ones, but they're well made. They're made by Chevron. Did you want to add something?
No.
Okay.
I'm just cold. I'm
Chilly out there?
It's a little cold.
Yeah.
It's like 7 degrees. It's 5 now.
Yeah.
Okay. Construction cronies. Didn't say at the Den of Tools, but I did see it. DeWalt 12-inch is a good saw.
Yeah, I read that one.
Okay. Sorry.
You got to keep up here. You know, we move
So,
faster around here.
Rich? Is Rich the next comment?
The next comment is, there we go. Go ahead.
The next comment is from YouTube. Next week here in Tennessee, we're expecting about 1.5 to 2.5 inches Thursday and Friday. Wow. I have not visited Tennessee, I don't think.
I have.
David Hunter says, what were the MSRPs for the Hercules brushless drill driver and impact driver?
What were the MSRPs? What were they? For the brushless drill driver and impact driver. I don't remember if they even disclosed those.
Okay.
Because they showed them at SEMA.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of price tags. I mean, there wasn't a lot of MSRP info on there. Holy cheese and crackers. Futon 02 with the 53.79. Merry Christmas, Bear Family. And I love little, like, firework. Like, it's kind of like a firework, but it's kind of like a snowflake. So thank you so much. And, of course, the number 53.79. One of my favorite odd numbers. So thank you so much. And you are correct about the other thing. We just didn't see prices.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I've lost myself. Brian Miller says, at the Den of Tools, are you going to do a follow-up on the battery snowblower? Give us a quick update now. I need one bad, and I'm tired of gas. Thanks.
All right. Hold on before I lose my place. Here's what I will say. So we've been getting snow every 2 or 3 times. No, once or twice a week. Every week.
Okay.
Right?
I would say even more, but...
Okay. Like,
We've been getting snow.
I'm talking about like serious accumulation once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week.
It's snowing almost every day. But actual accumulation where you have to be like, okay, I need to get the snowblower out. And I haven't done any of it because Griffin's been doing it all.
Yeah, I came out the other day and I was like, who did this? It must have been Griffin, because I was like, it wasn't me.
And he's super stoked about it. He loves doing all the sidewalks and stuff because he doesn't have to shovel anymore. He just goes out there, turns it on, and goes. And I don't think he's charged it since we did it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So he loves it. And I gotta say, that's the one thing I love about electric. You walk out there, you press the button, you pull the lever down, and it's going. There's no pull start. There's no electric start. Hope it starts. Hope you got gas and oil or any maintenance. There's no maintenance. There's no maintenance to it at all. It is just that. It's an appliance. You press the button, and it works. Again, heavy wet snow. I would not say that's the one for that. If you're going to have heavy and wet snow and you're going to get significant amounts, you're going to want a 2-stage like the Ego, and you're looking at paying $1,500 to $1,800 for it. If you are getting heavy wet snow and you only get a little, that kind of sucks because you're still going to need something probably 2-stage to really get it to move. For us, it doesn't matter whether I'm
stay on top of it.
Yeah, especially if you stay on top of it, it's not a problem. Mm-hmm. But like when we had the one really, really big snow, it worked just fine. Mm-hmm. I think it would hit 6 to 8 inches at times, and the only problem is it's not self-propelled, so you don't get that oomph behind it. So sometimes you got to push it into the drift a couple times to chug your way through it, the deeper parts. But it's easier than shoveling, I can tell you that.
Yeah, totally not related to the snowblower, but we need to get mittens, like waterproof mittens for Griffin when he's doing that. He doesn't really need gloves. Anyways, you guys don't care. I am looking for the next At the Den of Tools, and I'm not seeing. Okay, VVS Mixing at the Den of Tools. Do you have any tips for buying tools off Facebook? I've had some shifty experiences. That is Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook is shifty as all heck.
2 cents. Yeah.
Yeah, watch out. First of all, if you're getting tools, if it looks too good to be true and it's on Facebook, it's too good to be true. Mm-hmm. I get people who are like, well, I can buy blah, 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 practically brand new in the box for half the price. I'm like, he goes, in fact, he's like, I got one, and there's people that have told me these stories. I bought one, and I paid half the price as new, and it was still new in the box. You know what you call that? Stolen. That's what that is. That's those guys who go in the stores, and that's what they do. They go in the stores, they shoplift everything they can. They know that no one's going to really stop them. Then they go and they sell it online. And, all those serial numbers are registered, so good luck getting any service on it if you need it.
Yeah. Big Country. Hey, good evening. Says, Mrs. Den, how are you? I am good. I hope that you and the missus are doing well. I am assuming it's the Big Country that I know. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are well. Zafiel says, the Den of Tools, let Mrs. the Bear know wearing those can be dangerous in certain seasons. Yes, it can.
Well, the season around here stopped about a couple weeks ago, so she's pretty much safe until they extend the season. Pedestrians need to wear these. This evening, it was like, I'm not looking out for deer. I'm looking out for the pedestrians that are like mad dashing across the street with all black on. And yeah, so anyways, just wear stuff so people can see you. Bread says, at the Den of Tools, Ryobi covered my stepdad's Sawzall that was on fire 7 times and had a Ranger dropped on it. Oh.
How? Okay, inquiring minds are curious. How is it on fire 7 times? Like, if I light something on fire once, I'm usually...
Yeah, we're going to put that off to the side now. Use that again.
Yeah. So, I feel like there's more to that story.
Oh my gosh, you missed it. So somebody... Have if you guys don't follow the e-bike world, there's a top tier kind of e-bike that's almost a motorcycle called a Suron. And a lot of companies have come out with knockoff versions. And one of these YouTubers bought a knockoff version, rode it for the first time, got 3 miles from his house, and it burst into flames.
Are they okay?
He's fine. He pulls up to a light, and smoke just comes rolling out of this thing. So he pulls off to the side, puts the kickstand, gets off, and it's just churning smoke. And he's got a GoPro on his helmet, and he's like, I don't know what to do. So he pulls out his phone and starts filming it with his phone. I'm like, 911. It's not hard to put. I realize as a YouTuber,
think about it.
I realize like this is going to be good. You already got a helmet on your head. Call the fire department, you moron.
People don't think about the batteries that are in them. I honestly think that's what it is. I think people. Well,
they don't realize how volatile lithium ion is.
That's exactly it. And I think also people, when they're in a stressful situation, ask me how I know when you light something on fire on accident, your brain stops working sometimes. And that is like one of the things that we really try to remind our children is in an emergency, don't stop thinking.
Yeah. Your brain is the best self-defense you got for anything.
Yep.
Hold on. Steve says the new Harbor Freight off-road jack is out, but hard to find in stock. Yes, I actually managed to get one. Harbor Freight actually sent me one, and we're gonna probably get a review out on it this week. Hopefully later this week.
I was doing at the Den of Tools, so that's why you're behind where I was.
Still running with new bats. Those here, boys will be boys. Yep. Mark says, I have a Ryobi quarter drill, which rocks. Always, you should always have, if you're not even going to use it as a main tool, you should have corded backups. I love corded tools. They're really underrated.
Futano 2, I see your comment again. Thank you again. And I love the little graphic that goes with it. It's like a snowflake and fireworks all at once. It's a winter wonderland.
What are you going to do with only 6 leaf blowers? I know, right?
Yeah, get halfway across the lagoon.
Oh, the lagoon's frozen solid right now.
Well,
they scraped part of it, turned it into a hockey rink.
That's always good.
Brett says, also Harbor Freight is decent, but they don't exist outside of the States. And how many battery lines have they had in like 15 years? Well, that's a good question. How many have they had? I mean, besides the ones that they currently have, if you don't count those because they're currently in them, the ones they've got rid of, the links, I'm pretty upset with them about what they did with the links. They dropped links, and the earthquake line, but both links and earthquake you can still buy batteries because there's third parties who still sell versions of that battery. And then the nickel metal hydride or the NiCad kind of batteries, which I think you can actually still buy third party on those. But they stuck in their NiCad line longer than almost anybody else. I think only DeWalt stuck around longer than they did. Let's see here. The Holy Futon. Let's see here. Do you have another one there?
So I did, but
Construction Curry says, glad to have caught you live. Nice, beautiful family, bro. Good seeing you, Prox. Cheers. Be well. And Matthew says, Grand Haven is supposed to get another 8 inches of snow Thursday. I'm listening to this as I make my beef bourguignon. That sounds tasty.
Yummy. Stephen Deswan, just because you didn't do at the Den of Tools and I'm going to miss it. He says, hi all. It's been a while since I've caught one of these. So super glad that you're here tonight.
Hey.
Love watching Ricky get bigger and bigger. I can't even believe it. He is so handsome and cute. Ricky is his son.
Where's my soda?
In the refrigerator.
Weren't you supposed to?
The other one.
Yeah.
One moment, please. Craft services will be right back. Maybe if I don't fall out of the chair. Goodness gracious, I'm having difficulty.
Come here, Bill.
Okay, you're gonna make it up.
Oh, I don't think she's had dinner.
No,
Duncan,
What's up?
you got to feed your dog.
I got it to them in here.
Oh, never mind. Mom's going to do it.
Oh, okay.
She always bails them out. Oh, the life of a family person. Anyway, you know what I mean. I can't think tonight. It's Sunday evening. It's been cold out. I'm tired. Boy, it's amazing how much the cold just takes it out of you. Any small things you're doing. It's funny because it's been a while since he's been up here, and he's like, everything I do is tired and I can't breathe. And I'm like, yeah, people on the channel, I did a video a while back. People were like, you're panting and we're worried about you. I'm like, it's freaking cold. I wasn't wearing a jacket. They're like, cold doesn't take your breath away. Yeah, it does.
Oh my gosh. Pardonnez-moi.
Speaking of taking your breath away, real quick, she just ran across these at the store, and we just got to try them. I've never seen them before, but it's Pepsi Nitro. Smooth, creamy, easy to drink. You're supposed to... I don't think you're supposed to pour it... Is that clean? Clean enough.
Yeah.
So instead of having regular carbonation, it's got nitrogen carbonation, which has smaller, smoother bubbles.
There's also... Whoa. It might be taking off. Sorry, that was really loud.
Oh,
okay.
and I just poured that all over my wife's phone. Okay.
Maybe open it. Yeah.
The rest of the way? There we go.
Yep. We've done this before. We've actually poured our own drinks before.
Here's your ASMR for the evening.
P.S. We're not sponsored.
Who has to go to the bathroom now? All right.
Okay. And I have a lap full of soda.
It looks good on you.
It's great. It's okay. It's fine. We'll deal with it later.
That's some of it. All right.
Mind us.
Oh, here we go. I knew there was a piece of paper towel I just used for something else around here.
Excellent. Okay, so
There
you
we
are
go.
going to try it.
All right. Let's see here. Whoa. That is entirely different while yet still tasting kind of the same. All right. Before I say anything, I want her to taste it.
I'm going to say, based on what he's already said, I'm not going to like it. Nope.
No?
Nope. That is all you in a bag of chips.
It has a little bit of sweetness to it.
Well, it's not diet.
Not diet. And it's super smooth. There's no cream in it, but it almost tastes like it has a cream.
It does taste kind of creamy.
Like a cream ale. Almost like it has like kind of a beer kind of body to it.
The other thing that I don't appreciate is, and this is where he and I differ, I like a lot of carbonation. Like if I could carbonate my sodas even more, I would. And he is the opposite.
Yeah, I'm the person who will shake the soda to get carbonation out of it.
Basically, I don't even understand what is going on with him and what's wrong with him and why he would do that. Why are you putting that in there?
I'm mixing it half and half with Coke Zero.
Okay. So yeah, he's taking his life in his hands right now. Because you just mixed Coke and Pepsi and you just crossed the streams and yeah.
There, now try that. It tastes exactly the same.
That is all you.
I just wanted to get her to try it again.
Ugh.
All right. And
I am not a fan. I think he is.
Are you going to try the vanilla?
I don't have a glass to pour it into, but
Okay.
I like drinking it out of a can anyway, so. Let's all hope it doesn't explode.
It's going to explode.
It is. It can't help itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Just sip it like a lady. Oh, yeah. There we go. Family show here.
I'm going to say no. I am going to say I think the children would like this. And actually, I heard... Just calm down.
Do it.
Yeah. Not a fan. basically what that tastes like. Well, I'll let you drink it, and then I'll tell them what I think.
Okay.
So this is a vanilla draft cola.
Which I don't like.
Well, you haven't tried it yet. You might think it's amazing. What that tastes like to me. So
That's going to stay over there.
yeah. So what I think it tastes like is, you know, like when you get those Otter Pops
Yep.
and you put them in the freezer and they're delicious. If you eat them frozen and you're between the ages of, I don't know, 0 and like 12.
Still tastes a bit like a creamsicle.
If you didn't freeze it and you just popped one of those open and drank it, that's what that tastes like to me.
A little syrupy sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of
It
feel
almost
like
has like a berry kind of flavor on the back end.
I'm not a fan. No. So that was an interesting experiment. Thank you for joining us this evening for what not to buy me for Christmas.
Hey, Marine X is in the house. How you doing,
Marine
sir?
X.
And the tank says, did you all hear about the Area 51 guy, website guy that got raided by the FBI? I did not. Did he know something about the Bidens? What? Just asking.
For a friend.
Steve says, I love Harbor Freight, especially shop tools. Glad to see they have upgraded some of the stuff. Ain't Tool Truck or Milwaukee, but now they're getting close with good prices. Some things better. Their jacks I love. Yeah, they got great jacks. There's no denying that. I'll go into shops, people swear, Harbor Freight sucks. I would never buy anything from there. And I point down like that. He goes, well, the jacks. You know, I'm going to buy the jacks from there. Like, yeah. I'm like, well, yeah, they'll buy that too. And Marine X, Metabo HPT, DeWalt, Porter Cable. You gotta marry one, bury one, and keep one as a secret girlfriend. Go. That would be marry DeWalt, keep Metabo on the side, and see you later, Porter Cable. That one wasn't hard at all.
I love you.
Oh my gosh.
Greg says, at the Den of Tools, just got a small Pit Boss smoker off Marketplace for $100.
Oh, good
now
price.
I need to learn how to smoke stuff. So that is a good price, and it sounds like you had a good experience. I mean, I've definitely bought things off the Marketplace that are fine, but I find it to be way sketchier than some
First thing I would say is make sure it's clean as a whistle. Mm-hmm. That's the thing with pellet smokers. You want to make sure that ash pot is clean and everything else around there is clean, because if you don't, that can get back into the flavor of the cook, as well as it can back up the pellets and cause the whole thing to have a runaway fire. And you don't want that. So watch lots of videos on how to use your Pit Boss and stuff, but they're fantastic. And I have to say, my favorite thing to do on my Pit Boss is steaks, because they've got that sear plate. You pull the little lever and you got direct access to the flame. Oh, some of the best steaks I ever had. I'm trying to figure out whether I'm going to risk the cold to do the elk steaks on the Pit Boss, or whether I'll just do them in the skillet.
Yeah, there's no chance. Bread says, at the Den of Tools, using it as a professional chainsaw and running with something that belonged in the bin like 7 months ago. I'm assuming that's how it caught on fire 7 times.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be my...
LV says, happy holidays to you and yours. Do you have your CNC set up? Any plans to do so? I don't have a CNC anymore. And I sold it when we moved out of California. And I think it was when we moved out of California, or was it in Vegas?
I thought it was in Vegas, but what
Might have been. Oh, it was in Vegas. I remember because I drove it over to that guy's house. So I sold it when we were in Vegas when we moved out of the house. And then I don't know if I'm going to go back to a CNC. If I did, I would be more likely to go towards like a plasma CNC kind of stuff, because that's more towards the kind of stuff I see myself doing in the near future. Which is, we're trying to get like the welding corner of the shop set up. I need a welding cart. What I need is one of those welding cart all-in-one tables kind of thing. I know Snap-on's got one, but I'm not going to spend Snap-on kind of money. I might have to make my own.
Michael says, at the Den of Tools, Jess, correct. Most people have no idea how much energy is kept in lithium-ion battery packs, let alone one big enough to push a bike and a body. Lots of watts. Yep. Steven Deswan says, at the Den of Tools, it seems many bigger lithium batteries. Hi, I speak English sometimes. Any bigger lithium batteries can be volatile. I'm thinking either lithium ion or lithium polymer batteries.
Yeah, the ones that are the best ones, if you want safety, are lithium phosphate. The LiFePO 4 batteries, the iron phosphate batteries. They don't have that thermal runaway problem. The problem with those are they're not as energy dense, so the batteries are physically bigger by about, I want to say like 20 to 25%. Somebody knows for sure, you can comment in the comments. But I know they're bigger, not unreasonably bigger, but they're bigger. And when it comes to portable tools, everyone's small.
Lay down, Bob.
I know I'm one of them. So. But yeah, if there was a way they could get lithium or LFO batteries to work at the same power density as lithium phosphate or lithium ion, that would be amazing.
Zapiel says, at the Den of Tools, yes, he's okay. Watch the movie Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage for the rest of the story. YouTube says, at the Den of Tools, next Sunday is Christmas Day. That is correct. So are you going to do a regular Sunday live stream, or are you going to cancel it, or are you going to do the live stream earlier in the week? Asking a lot of questions.
That's a good question, because I was honestly just thinking about that before this, because, if I'm not mistaken, Sunday live stream is going to be on Christmas and on New Year's Day.
Yes.
So I could see us doing it on New Year's Day. We don't really drink like that, so it's not like we're going to be recovering from a rager New Year's party. I doubt if we'll make it till midnight.
We're old. We don't even do midnight.
The kids always say they're going to, and they're out cold.
Mm-hmm. We're like, yep, you can stay up as long as you want.
Oh, last year we did, because we were out at our friend's place.
That was so cold.
Oh,
it
so
was
cold.
-19. I remember walking from their door to our vehicle, which was not that far. And you get like little nostril icicles. Like
it's just ice in my beard.
In your nose.
Just walking to the car.
Yeah, I know. TMI, whatever. But if you've been in negative, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, and they had fireworks, and the kids were dead set that they were going to set off fireworks for New Year's. And I'm like, do you have any... Griffin was a trooper. He was out there the longest.
Yeah, he didn't have any sense at all.
Eleanor took one step out there and was like, nope, back inside.
Yeah. So the answer is we're not sure.
I would like to, but we're going to have family in town.
It's the last night before.
I think we should find a way to at least do like a half an hour quick one or something. We'll find a way to make something happen. How about that?
Remind me to tell you that we were invited to another thing on Christmas.
Oh.
Earlier in the day.
Okay.
What was I going to say? Eric says, at the Den of Tools, hello there from Colorado. Just wondering if you've heard any news from the other mowing companies such as Turo or anything else about discontinuing their push mowers.
You mean like Honda did, getting rid of the gas stuff? I've not heard anything from anyone else.
The Tank says, at the Den of Tools, just donated 3 vintage corded circ saws to a charity store because my Fuel M18 cordless just blows them out of the water.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can they beat the runtime? No, they can't.
Daughter of Ra! I wasn't sure if you were here. I saw your other half. At the Den of Tools, long time no see as well. I'm super glad you're able to be here with us tonight. Give Ricky a snuggle from us. At the Den of Tools, Pepsi professionals. We are not. We are
not so
absolutely
much.
not. We are professional goofballs.
The Guinness self-chilling. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Guinness in a can. I mean, I'll tell you what. Honestly, one of my favorite beers. So, I don't drink a lot of beer, but I like Spaten, and I like, what else? I like a lot of the European stuff. On a hot day, I like a good Budweiser as much as anybody else, and well, maybe not as much as anybody else, but I like it. Molson every so often, especially if I'm at a hockey game kind of thing, takes me back. But one of my favorite drinks is a black and tan, and I think that's the only reason why I would keep Guinness in a can around.
I am not a beer girly at all.
At all.
At all. Nope.
You should see her drink bourbon. I don't know if I've ever seen you drink bourbon.
I have.
Have you? She doesn't like the smell.
No. J. Bentley Austin III. I love your name, by the way. I know you commented last week because I remember.
Wasn't he stuck on that desert island?
At the Den of Tools, those Nitro Pepsis are amazing, especially the vanilla Pepsi. Okay, so that is what the lady at the store said. She said the vanilla Pepsi was really good. Here's what I will say about this. I bought this because it was on sale and
Because it was on sale.
almost free, and I thought it would be like fun to try something new. The lady said the vanilla was really awesome. We have kids, and I think this would go really well with ice cream to make like a float.
It would.
And children
That would be really good with a float.
like things sickeningly sweet. So that's my 2 cents. I'm really thirsty, so I'm gonna drink some more. But
What's that weird hack people have been doing? Pepsi
and milk.
Pepsi and milk.
Yeah.
We should try that.
Just say no.
I want to try it because it sounds terrible.
That's great. I will whip that up for
How
you.
about Pepsi?
And I am not drinking it.
Pepsi and eggnog.
Nope, that doesn't sound good.
No.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
With
Nope.
rum?
Nope. Nope.
Watch the whole thing curdle.
No. I am the girl that I like eggnog, but I pour milk into the eggnog because I think it's too thick and too sweet.
Yeah.
But
Real quick. So I want to, because Tank, his comment about donating Cirque Sauce, I just wanted to share an experience today that I had. So we did some reviews on 3D printers, and I don't do a ton with 3D printers. I used to be really into them, and I kind of putzed around with it, but these companies saw that, oh my gosh, he covered 3D printers quick, and I had companies sending me 3D printers that I hadn't even talked to. And then be like, are you going to review it? Are you going to review it? Are you going to review it? And be like, no, I have no interest in reviewing your 3D printer. So we have a few of them, and they're just too big to ship around. Some people are always like, you know, are you going to do a giveaway and stuff? And we rarely do giveaways on the channel because I feel it attracts, like it did last time, the wrong kind of crowd. People who are just there for freebies and they want to shout and scream and talk over one and ruin the whole vibe that we have here. So we were looking for some nonprofits to donate to, the local school, the Scouts or something. Somebody mentioned Scouts. We should talk to them. Churches, anybody that we feel can put them to good use. Well, someone said, hey, there's a makerspace in town, which we thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe that there's a makerspace in our little town. We're at 7,500 people, thereabouts, maybe a little bit less, definitely less in the winter.
yeah.
So I went down to chat with them today, and it's behind a retail storefront, and it's definitely one of these places that sells like handmade soaps and essential oils and what are those women's prairie hats, and you know, basically it's like an Etsy storefront is what it's like. And so I asked them about the makerspace, and they're like, well, yes, we have one. I'm like, well, can I see it? She's like, I don't know if we're accepting any new makers right now. I mean, just the attitude in it. And I was just like,
Just
great.
not very inviting or welcoming or
Yeah.
yeah.
And then she's like, well, why were you interested? Like apparently a big guy like me is not supposed to be interested in the maker kind of community. And so I mentioned that I had some of this equipment I was looking to find somebody to donate to. And so she's like, oh, well, I could contact the owners. Do you have a list? I'm like, you're not even open to other people to come in. I'm not donating to you. And she kind of pressed some more, and I eventually said as much. I'm like, look, I don't think this is the kind of, you know, community kind of thing that I'm looking to support. I'm trying to find something that will give people access to. I'm not just trying to give you, you know,
Right.
free tools so you can sell more stuff in your front, you know, your retail Etsy shop.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, and that's the thing is that it is about wanting people to have access and to be able to do cool things, or schools, like you said, you know, where a lot of people get an opportunity to use something
yeah.
that is hard. You know, they're expensive and hard to get a hold of sometimes. Yeah, that was a bummer.
Sorry, I'm trying to catch up
That's
on the
okay.
comments here.
So Little Opie says, at the Den of Tools, which drill press do you recommend for building broomsticks?
Oh,
I don't know.
that's a good question. Are you talking about from scratch, or are you talking about like 80%ers?
Sorry.
Are we okay?
Nope. Jason B, you're hilarious.
When Jason B say,
Jason B says, haven't had nitro soda yet, but the nitro beers tend to give me some serious death farts. So I would just like to say that I appreciate that you feel comfortable sharing that with us. And I think based on that, our dog must drink a lot
Oh
of
my
nitro
gosh.
beers. Last
She
week
almost
she tried to
killed
kill
us.
us.
it's terrible.
Sorry. I guess we'll have to update you next week and see if we're still alive.
Michael says, he's like, fizz is fizz. Is the texture different? It is. I don't know if you can see that, but the bubbles are much finer.
Teeny tiny.
Like when it foamed up, it was literally like dense foam, as opposed to like the regular kind of foam you have with the bigger bubbles that come out of your can. Because I think had it been like that kind of pressure, regular can, it would have gone everywhere from the expansion. It had a lot less expansion to it.
Yeah.
They make a vanilla Pepsi Nitro that is awesome.
That was Sin.
This one?
Yeah, so apparently everyone who likes this really likes the vanilla. Jeff's like, I gotta try it again. Maybe I'll like it.
Nope.
Yep.
Still terrible.
Don't like it. So, Michael said, oh, he's talking to the tank. Jack, is it Gallagher? Says, at the Den of Tools, just finished adding recessed lighting to the basement. That sounds cool. My first electrical work. Got to use some Knipe pliers, Ryobi battery light, and Work Pro utility knife. Okay. Love the Work Pro utility knife.
Oh, where's my new one?
You can't have it.
They sent me some of the new ones.
Yep. Well, and then we used it. So when
You ran
Mehmet's
off
place,
with the colored ones.
I did run off with the colored ones.
Literally.
That's because they're mine.
I always have one around here, and now, well, I'm moving to the new shop and giving up my desk here, so she has got all her junk everywhere. I don't know what it
That's
is.
our desk. We're married. Your stuff is my stuff, and my stuff is my stuff. How did you get confused?
So they've got the little metal ones. They're just folded sheet metal. They're awesome. I absolutely love those things. And they came out with the colored ones, which she promptly stole.
Yep.
And then they have one that has this little access thing, and it's different than the lock on the Benchmade. The Benchmade, you pull it back and it unlocks the thing. This one's just a press button. So I asked them, I'm like, hey, can I get my hands on one of those? Because the ones in the picture are just like the little metal ones. And they sent me this. I hadn't even seen this thing before. It's big. It's pocket knife size, and this is the little button there. You're pressing. And see, it clips. As long as you press it, then it just swings. And with a little bit of time, which is great. And you got the little cutter there for cords and whatnot, and you can pop a blade in and out and whatnot. And it came with a pack of razor blades and stuff. Anyway, thanks for sending this. This is, I mean, if I was like working on the job, tearing down boxes every day kind of stuff, I would probably put this, for work, definitely, because I love the instant open kind of thing. That is great. But
Our little weasel children.
it's a little big and heavy for my kind of EDC kind of stuff. Our weasel children stole what? Your knives?
Colored knives.
Karma! What?
Nobody
Did
likes
I say that? I don't think I would say that. We'll get back to the drill press thing. Nitrogen, okay, we talked about that. Vanilla, any chances Bauer, Crown Stop, Stapler, cordless nailer? There is a cordless nailer already in Bauer. As far as the stapler, The one they have is like, it's the 4-volt one. I would like to see one running off the 20-volt system, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Just finished adding recessed lighting to the basement. My first electrical work. Got to you. Oh, that's one that she read. Have you ever owned a tool box or anything else that you are replacing to make things better, but somehow still attached enough to the old one to let them go for some reason? Yeah, all the time. That's me in a nutshell. Especially if something I've used and I like it and I know I'm getting something better, it's really hard to let that one thing go. And there are times where, like, I've got a pair of old channel locks that I've got new Knipex that are 10 times better, but I still have my old channel locks, and I don't see myself getting rid of them at any time. Yeah, I don't think that's a unique issue. I think a lot of us do that. Ooh, that nitro's coming back on me.
I'm going to find the child. Going to find the child. Stole my knives. Anyways, sorry about that.
Let's see, where else do we go? Michael says, once annoyed an engineer by putting his just open can of Pepsi in an altitude chamber and ran up to 5,000 feet, sucked every bit of CO2 out of it.
Oh my goodness.
Steven says, we just got back from going across the state to visit my family who ran into lake effect snow yesterday, 50 to 60 mile per hour on the highway. That's terrible. That's terrible. Kermit's in the house. Come here, buddy. How you doing, man? Porter cable will only break your heart. That's true. Sad times.
Gramoot says still in Miami. Oh my gosh.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it is currently, let me look up, see what the current temperature is here. Weather in Livingston. It says it's 7 degrees. Depends on which one you're checking, because I checked recently, it was 5 when I looked at my phone. It's supposed to get down to, I think, 1 tonight. Looks like we got snow on Wednesday, snow on Friday.
I thought we were going down to negative.
-9 on Thursday, the day we're supposed to go skiing.
Well, did you tell them what the high is?
-2. That's
No.
Here, not up in the mountain.
The mountain is -9.
Is the high.
-28 is the low.
Yeah. Great day to go skiing.
I will be inside.
Yeah, I will be too. The kids will be outside. We will be inside having hot chocolates.
I'm having chapstick issues. Gramoot, since you were still in Miami, have you been to Robert Is Here fruit stand? If you haven't, you have to go. It's amazing. It's delicious. You should go. There's some amazing chips. Anyways, we'll talk.
Steven says, my brother made a fantastic brined and smoked turkey. It was so juicy and had that fantastic smoke flavor. What I found is you have to be careful with the smoker because poultry absorbs smoke like nobody's business. Mm-hmm. And it does not, you don't have to go low and slow on poultry. So that's great. You got it right. A lot of people, they treat it like a brisket and they're like, I'm going to smoke it for 7 hours. No, you don't have to do that. Spatchcock that sucker, brine it, and just run it hot. Neil says, looking into Rhino Cart for small portable welding and fixture table. All right, I will look into that. Let me jot that down here.
Gramoot says, my motorcycle has a lithium in it now. Can run my 2800 watt stereo cranked for 2 hours and still start bike after. Wow.
Jennifer says, just wanted to say hello and happy holidays to you all. Jennifer from Salem, New Hampshire. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm guessing it's cold there.
Yeah. Ice in the mustache sounds like Aqua along my Jethro Tull. Yeah, if I start hearing flute music, I'm going to be just a little disturbed.
H. Williams says, hey Bear, do you think that Steel will come out with a tradesman power tool line?
Boy, anything is possible because there is so much money in power tools. I get ads from these companies that track the power tool industry, wanting me to buy the reports, but they're always leading it with the latest, report is the the whole industry is going to grow to X amount of billions of dollars per year, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's why you see more and more companies trying to get into it. Considering the foothold that they already have and the name brand recognition, and the fact that they're now switching to electrical, or at least to incorporate electric as well, I would say that would be a natural. There's got to be somebody in the boardroom pitching like, we're already doing electric, we might as well jump into that market and get the rest of it. I'd like to see them make a play at it, see what they can come up with. Steven says that 309 flashlight still hasn't needed a charge, and I've used it more. Wow, really?
Wow.
That's funny. Whoop, I skipped there. Where'd I go? There I am. Which for building broomsticks, that's the one I asked about. Did we get a response from him? Because I was asking about whether you're doing 80%ers, like, are you doing plastic or are you doing aluminum? That's the requirement. Or are you doing steel? Because if you're doing plastic, I'm sorry, if you're doing polymer, it's the Harbor Freight one will do it just fine. In fact, what I have found with those is the less perfect the hole, as long as it's not too big, the less perfect the hole, the better the pins hold. If you're talking about trying to mill out an aluminum one, I would jump to something probably a little bit beefier. I've got the Harbor Freight 17-inch. It could do it, probably easily. But, honestly, how much is a inexpensive mill you could pick up a little? I don't know if you could get a cheap one. I would rather do that. Maybe find a makerspace and don't tell them what you're building. See if you can use their mill.
We are not professionals, and this is all hypothetical.
And this is not legal advice at all. Because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Legally
Do
speaking.
your research.
Yeah.
And don't
huge asterisk on the end of all my
call us for real
references.
money.
Brett says, if you even talk about Pilk, expect multiple cease and desists. Pepsi and milk? What? Did you ever try rigid impact wrench, Greenlight, or get one? And do you recommend another brand? Greenlight to get one. I've not tried the rigid, the latest ones. Check out Torque Test channel. I talk to those guys every so often. And basically what they told me is the new rigid impact wrenches are like the basically rebadged previous version Milwaukee's. My issue with them is they're not as good as the new Milwaukee, and they're on par with the Ryobi. Why would I get into the rigid? If you're already in the rigid line, then fine. Then stick with the rigid line. There's no reason not to. But if you're like, that's what's going to get me into it, no. I would go with the Ryobi HP if you're on looking budget. I would look at the Hercules if you're on a budget, because the Hercules just booming numbers out with their ultra torque. And then what else? And then the Milwaukee if you're going to do it as be a professional, or actually the DeWalt DCF. Was it 980? What is it? 9,000? I can never remember that. The latest DeWalt impact is the high torque. It's just phenomenal.
Aaron Dahl says, Colorado Bulldog. Vodka, Kahlua. Why are you moving the thing I'm reading?
You're usually reading off your phone.
Vodka, Kahlua, milk, and Coke or Pepsi. Yum.
Oh.
I have never heard of that.
Everything but the vodka.
I'm pretty sure that I feel like I need to lay down after just reading that. Little Opie did clarify that it's 80%.
Yeah. I just get like the Harbor Freight one. It works fine. Make sure you tune it right. You've got the quill adjusted. Now, once you do all this stuff, make sure it's square. It's totally fine for that kind of stuff.
Thomas Fogarty said, wishing a Merry Christmas to the Den of Tools. Thank you so much. I hope that you are having a Merry Christmas, a great holiday season, and a Happy New Year.
Since there's a group that prints prosthetics for kids that could put your printers to use. They make it such that it can get. I have seen them. That is a really cool thing. My understanding, though, I thought they were using a specific type of printer because the Perusa 3 or something like that. Chef Shade Tree says howdy.
Howdy.
And let's hear. Gary says, good evening, everyone. Let it snow. Zapiel says, what's good for matching titanium, machining titanium, Harbor Freight drill press, 99 bits, makerspace. And let's hear. Zap, thanks for putting the link to Torque Test channel in there. I really appreciate that. And little Opie says, thank you for answering my questions. I'm doing both types of building. Oh, there you go. All right. We've gone over an hour, and we were really only planning an hour for tonight, so we're going to call it a little bit early here. We got stuff to get ready for the holidays and whatnot. So anyway, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for everyone who supports us with the with super chats. Thank you so much. We really appreciate all of you. Futano2, thank you so much tonight. Thank you everyone who's a mod. That's everyone with the cobalt blue name or branch behind their name. Be sure to check out their channels and stuff. A lot of them are creators as well, and it's great to throw the love around, especially this time of year. Thanks to everyone who is a member of the Den. That's everyone with the bear behind their names. If you want more information on that, there's a link down below. But thank you for being part of our community each and every month and almost every live stream. So we really appreciate it. We will try, I think we're going to try and get something out on Christmas Day, even if it's just a short one. We got new streaming cameras coming in, so hopefully it'll be easier, faster, and better picture in the whole 9 yards. Anyway, till then, if we don't see you, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Until then, you all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on. If I could say until then a few more times, that would be awesome.